Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some Esper Mill. It is a very kind of talked about deck, at least that I've seen floating around, where Mill is now an active strategy and not just a fallback plan of blue-white control. Being able to play the monument that came out from Aether Drift, and the fact that we can pay 1, we could tap it, player mills 2 cards, and then we can pay 4, and if they have 10 cards in their graveyard, this will put 10 cards in their graveyard. But that works incredibly well when we're talking about Singularity, Rupture, Destroy all creatures. Then any number of target players each mill half their library milled down. So for example, the game's gone on for a bit. They mill 20 cards over. Say there was already 10 in there. Now it's 30. Obviously, if they're on a 60 card deck, as most people will be, this will then mill that many cards if we want to activate the bottom mode, and then we can always find it later. We don't even have to have it on the battlefield because this obviously puts in so much work. So that's obviously very nice for us as well. But with that said, I have been up for an incredibly long amount of time. I woke up at 8:30. It is currently now 2 in the morning. So working on my 24 hours straight. We had Decon this weekend, so I've been doing that. So if the energy is not that high in today's video, that is why. But with that said, let's go ahead and dive in. Sure, I guess. No blue mana, which is a bit weird, but we have Authority, and it seems to be against red deck, so that seems good to me. And has gotten a little worse already. Maybe it's burn. Who knows? Maybe it's just burn. And my Authority does literally nothing. The world may never know. Sure. What a gaming experience I'm having right now. Do we hit this Biza and gain life, or do we just die to literally burn spells with turn 1 Authority in play? What? Yep, I guess. I suppose. Good thing I have all this removal for every burn spell on the planet to be sent upstairs. Like, look at that, dude. 3/3, 3/3. Nice. Stock up. Oh, I promise we probably don't need more board wipes. Considering we have to figure out how to mill out mono red aggro or mono red burn. They don't even do anything on their turn. Okay, sure, fun. Oh, they do play creatures. Okay, I thought Arena was just trying to smite me, dude. Yeah, it does. I'm just gonna keep taking land draws, and here I just pass. I have too much removal in my hand to do it on my turn. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, the sheriff has been shot. Ignorant about all that. I ain't doing that. Play this surveil. Alright. I can be done with that. Alright, so if we do this, right? Millhouse to library, we get to play this and you just one shot him, I guess. Right, because I actually didn't look. I was like, wait, do I not have the blue mana? Here. There you go. Alright, Mr. Monored. I think that one's it. Oh, I got stuff. Surveil. Verge. Get them lost. Yeah, I guess so. Huh. If it's a pot, I have 4 turns of land drops. If If that single land going in the bin screws me over, then it does. You know? Play the shock land next turn. I'm not going to budge here. I could have gone for this, but against red, I'm looking to pop this Screaming Nemesis. 1-3. Sure. Shocker. Back-to-back games. Crazy how I play this deck. And then I've not, by the way, I'm saying this without context. I've played 2 or 3 other decks that would be like kind of foaming at the mouth to play like this matchup. Of course, haven't ran into it once, you know. We haven't ran into it once. Let's do here. Shoot the Sheriff on top. Great. Let's play this. Could have played Untapped Source, but I think just getting to the point that we need it. It's so weird. If you cast this and you're good, right? Like, you don't need to do anything. What? If I get to play both of these and just start choo-choo training them, you know? This is 4 cards a turn. It happens quick. They go to 3 by casting spell. Maybe go to 4. We have the Sheriff to be shot. Maybe they're holding off on the other Screaming Nemesis. This can't even come up. Maybe it's just burn spells. At any point, we cast this, blowing up their board. If they don't find a way to have lethal, then we're just good, right? 14. If we find a Biza, we're pretty happy, though. Biza helps reset this game. Sure. How many Sheriffs need to be shot? All of them or no? Or do you just have more burn spells in hand? They need another land for that. Sure. Fair. What are you revealing to me, though? Nothing. No treasure. Most likely a land on top. Oh! We were right. On land. Oh! We're calling the shots. Know that? Oh, there's a pretty good chance that there's another land on top, but we'll see. We play here, and then we just kind of pass the turn. Already, though, there you have 7 cards. They're most likely never going to put anything anywhere, right? Because it would just be too negative to do so. Because the more the cards they put in their graveyard, obviously, the better off we are. I'm not going to let them see anymore, I think. I don't want them to see anything. Getting no info. Sure. Here. These are only awful because you have to like activate them and then click your opponent and do that whole thing. And then be like submit, because you can do any players, right? So we have them at 13. If we wield this, it put them to 26. I mean, what a card, bro. If we go 5, we're bound to find a land, right? I know I could obviously kicker that, but I don't want to do that. Oh, we did find a land. Just in the unfortunate manner. And I'll take a consult star charts on top, of course. We hold up our Shoot the Sheriff. We just double mill them again. Putting them to 15, 16, 17. Which would be pretty much half at that point. You can activate this. You Shoot the Sheriff doesn't do anything. It's really weird because one of these turns I really do need to just like barrel the bottom exhaust part, right? Burst Lightning Kick. That's 4 damage, sure. I really thought they were going to go for the land there. But sure. Everything's going through. Bees are coming down. Gain a little bit of life. And then just pass. 18, so that would do another 18 from 35. I mean, we have 36 cards to mill. Well, actually, it'll definitely do it, right? Because if I do this and then I do it again, there's half their libraries in there, right? Here. Two lands. See? Yeah, now we just wait, right? I just exhaust this, and then I exhaust it again, and we just mill them. Am I getting burned? Sure. They can still make this a creature if they want to. They should. But, alright, they don't. You should have made it a creature, I think. We're in combat now? Sure. Barrel. Now they're at 7 cards. Oh. Then they have 5 cards. So I guess exhaust, do that, and then pass. Paint it first. This is an actual control hand. What are we doing with this? Can't possibly be mono red for the 3rd time in a row, right? Oh, it's an aggro deck. That definitely benefits from me milling them. That's for sure. All right, we'll take that though. Kind of have a dead draw here. Oh, okay. You know what? Sometimes you win them. Sometimes you lose them. And my opponent, they lost them. All right, going first here. Hand's a little weird, but sure. Just surveil lands and kind of a little bit painful side mana base, but should be fine. Should be fine. You know, mill 20 cards. Probably not the case. I'm gonna bin the land though. Our mana's pretty good right now. I need to find like other actual cards. Ors off maybe. Obviously not holding up anything special here. Oh boy. I know as soon as I do too many lands flipped into the graveyard, I'm going to not draw another one, but 4 mana is still our solid number. Oh, a matchup where our life total isn't really going to make a difference, huh? I just do this and stock up? I think so. If this gets fully popped, that'd be kind of funny because it doesn't matter their life total. It matters ours, but it would just be funny in general. Now, I kind of want to grab Ape. I don't know. I feel like this is impossible to pass up. Because then it doesn't even matter, right? Like, if I need to grab a land at some point across these territories, I should find one. If I shock, I lose kind of my value. No spell pierce, please. No, 18 cards. Drawing to the top. I mean, that card is going away. Figured it was an Ugin pile. There's 2 Ugins in there. Outrageous Robbery is a card. Beyond the Quiet. Sure, there's a 3 steps ahead, so that is something we have to worry about later. All in upkeep. 32 cards left. Already 18 cards in there, so obviously the 1 card would be great. Shock. They stock up. All right, going shields down against this is a bit risky for sure. We find a land. I play Biza. I have more lands. They have 6 cards. That would put me to 5 cards, which would be nice. But I think I want to go for the fact that if there's shield down here. Yep. Going for these. Once I get it down, right? Like, I do kind of have to get the Ugin going. It's 3 treasures. So they have an Ugin then. Right, but they 3 Ugin doesn't really like matter kind of. 19. Unless they have a way to, like, deadly cover up, exile every card in their graveyard. Sure. Next. Turn. Here. They also are mill. Interesting. Or they have one. Do they just have one piece to do it? They have 7 cards left that they have to figure out how to kill us in. It's like possible with mill cards, right? Like with this card. But there's only one. So unless their hand's 3 of them, I feel okay. I have 4 cards I can mill them. I can stick another one of these, maybe. Maybe a little less. It's like one of those things where it's like we found the right deck to play. Maybe they'll mill up. Maybe they'll find a piece. Like outrageous robbery us and maybe find something. Ultima. In the turn. 3 steps ahead. Open. Update. I also have a 3 steps open. Here. Mine's just running slower and slower as I keep playing. Like, look at this. So laggy. On the stream, it doesn't look laggy, actually. Or not stream, but like the video, it doesn't look laggy, really. For me, like moving it around, it is definitely like it's figuring something out. That's for sure. 5 cards. You're gonna Ultima this? Is that where we're at? Fair enough, dude. Stock up. Two blue. I need to grab this and this. Alright, cool. Nice. I don't know what their plan or however they were going to get out of that game, considering, like, they have 5 cards, right? I think 5. Yeah, so I don't know. But we win. Very cool. This gets more interesting every hand I keep open with. There you go. Opponent. Okay. Caretaker's talent. Who's this? What's up, dude? Wait, if I get to play the Biza. Oh, no. Brutal. Sure. If I play Biza, I get to actually go to 24, and then this mill's 24 of them. Like, wait, we gotta go so fast. Nice. Double scry to the top. That's pretty cool. Authority doesn't matter to me at all. I'm so happy that I'm finally playing this deck when authority doesn't matter to me. But I'm still milling 20. Yeah, it was repurposing by on top. It had to be. It had to be done. Sure. Stock up first, I guess. Half their library rounded down. That's not great. Stock up land, I guess. Surveil. Well, brother, it depends. Because you gotta remember, if we play Bizarre, stuff enters tapped and it doesn't matter. Taking 7 here. 1 top, 1 bottom, sure. Play clay fire bricks. Be pretty funny, to be honest. Moralize a card not typically in their deck. I land tap, sure. Moralize not typically played. Ill him over. There goes the fire crystal, so I feel a little bit more confident. One. Alright, calling me out, seeing if I can do anything about it is pretty brutal. Okay, brother. Ah, no way. It's like that. No way. Don't be a rat, dude. Don't do that to me. Take good game immediately. Sure. I don't know if they have a counter spell, but we're doing this. Sheriff has been shot, brother. Down to 6. Sure. You only that's looking at half your deck. You have to hit something good, right? Nice. They hit me with good game. I'm not gonna lie, guys. You're gonna see me do maybe something a little salty. If they want to do that, sure, dude. Come on now. It's a good game after they thought they attacked me for lethal. I get to do this legally. Look, good game. Boom. That would do it. Sure. It's a good game. I just blew up everything. Oh, yeah. Starting the dominance now. Bro, it's just so nice to have somebody good game you, like pre-early good game you, and then just get to do everything. What a game. My hand did nothing? Yeah, I'll mulligan. Yeah. Island goes. 3 lands. Abzan. Interesting. I feel like this has to be the like Squall deck or the Rhino deck that like semi halfway does but doesn't exist. I probably could have went for this. Ultima's probably fun. 4-color control. Maybe, I guess. Yeah. Domain with some extra steps. Do I just keep hiding that I'm playing black mana? Ah. Here. Go ahead. I don't know how much if shocking one time is whenever I have the card it mills for my life total or not. Like, I don't know, like... Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Yeah, when you run against a deck, you have no idea what's going on. It's a little bit hard. Also, if it's a 4-color control deck, this is a one of. It's a unipile. Okay, I really have no idea what I'm playing against. And I just keep drawing lands in addition to doing nothing. So, it's pretty sweet. I mean, I do have, like, get lost and stuff, so I'm not that upset. I'll let this 3 happen. Obviously, I'm holding up this for any Una-type shenanigans. I just keep drawing lands. It's fun. I'm having a good time. Those are my favorite rips. It's a good time. Genuinely. I love it. Everything about it. Very fun. Exciting for me. I could get lost this, but I'm playing on Ultima. Sure. Yeah. I lose to a Una, so it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. For a deck that's playing Una, like no Dredger's Insight for like insight onto the deck at all. Like there's a lot of things that I feel like could have given me a little information, you know? No crazy deck thinning though. Makes a card like this much better. They only have 5 cards in their graveyard, so it's not even it's necessarily strong. Go ahead. Yeah. They do have a get lost. It doesn't obviously target here. This card doesn't really matter that much. It'll die next turn. We don't have to interact with it. They do have another land. When this creature enters, gifts was promised. Destroy target. Sure, I guess. I might as well just do this, right? It's only going to be 10 or like 5 cards, but it's something. It'll give us a little more information on this insanely weird deck that we're against. Like, look at this. How am I supposed to prepare for that? You know what I mean? Sometimes you can, just sometimes you can't. You. Half of it going. There's an Ugin in there. There's a Deadly cover up. Like, what on earth is this pile of cards? Like, how am I supposed to prep for this, bro? What does somebody do to beat that? Obviously, I'm doing what I can, but I'm just saying in general, like, look at this. Sure. Huh? I'll play an authority. Let's do authority first, obviously, because, you know, the turn will end. But, yeah, sure. Uh-huh. Did we get away with the Unigon? Sure did. Prevail. That's a pretty good one. I like picking up 10 cards on the top of my library and grabbing 2 out of there. Sure. They also only have 16 cards left. That's not many. How they keep hitting lands, I'll never know. How their monitor is safe from being absolutely slaughtered, I'll never understand. There's just no way, right? They play another land here. I will actually lose my mind for them. It'd be crazy. Alright, seems like something was finally hit. Yeah, we gotta check, right? So we grab this and then what? Like the counter spell? Here. Alright. Nice. I still couldn't tell you what they're playing. It looked pretty cool though. Like they look like they're playing a cooler deck than me. But they played so many lands in a row for that to happen. Or they got Feed the Swarm in here? This is... There's one Una? What? Are they the rest in there? Oh man, I wonder. That's crazy. All right, so here we are with this deck in the outro, and I will say, not because of... I almost said skill, and that's definitely not the word I'm wanting. Not because of the deck's potential or playability. I just don't like playing this deck that much. And I think it's just not my play style, to be entirely clear. It's just a deck that feels gimmicky is the wrong word because this deck is actually structured to do the mill thing, right? Like we're actually built to do it. We're not just randomly going, wow, this game's gone long. I guess I'll just mill you with Jace for 15 and just hope that's enough, right? It's like, no, we plan on milling half your library with one of these and then doing one of these, right? Like we plan on doing this. This is what we want to do. And then obviously the space time anomaly against your slower matchups, this card's insane. So obviously you want to keep a hold of that. But it just feels, at least for me, like I just rather be playing like an Esper control deck and just put Elspeth as my win condition. This feels like a lot of, this card's fine kind of because it is a board wipe, even though it's a tad bit expensive of one. And maybe just playing this, playing these other cards almost feels, and maybe like one or two of these instead of four. Playing the other cards just feels like if I have this and I'm against aggro and I ripped a second copy off the top, or one of these, and I need like interaction with the board, I'm not going to be that happy of a camper, to be quite honest. But that didn't happen today, so we're fine. As you can tell, we went from like gold something, I think we're 4 games into plat 4 now, which is nice. But I can definitely tell from my kind of experience playing the deck that I was not enjoying it the most, and maybe that was a pretty telltale sign as you were watching the video, but I also could be really tired. The con just happened. I have been awake since 8:30 and it is currently 2 in the morning, so I'm working on 24 hours of being awake, so that's pretty cool. So I could also just be really annoyed, so that's possible. But with that said, I'm gonna call it there. The deck was good to an extent. Obviously, we have a lot of ways to find cards we need. We have good ways to counter. Authority being a better and better card. It's weird that the format slowed down a little, so this card's actually good enough to be played. I know that doesn't make any sense, but it's because people are playing more impactful creatures that stopping them for a turn is better, because any turn that they're not stopped, like the Light Shatter or, you know, like Screaming Nemesis and stuff like that, where this used to just like tap a Heartfire hero and then it would get double strike and then hit us for 4, and then it felt like this was doing nothing, right? Like it was much better just to be an exile card. But Bees is pretty good. Day of Judgment's good. Ultima was not in kind of the starting list, but I've played against artifacts too much this season, and just this stretch of days I've played Ultima, if I'm playing white and it has any amount of control in it, I'm playing at least 2 Ultimas. I can't get fire crystalled anymore. I just can't do it. But with that said, I want to talk about the deck at least a little bit outside of me being like, not the biggest fan of it personally, but I think it's more of the play style than it is just the deck being like awful or something, as somebody would say. But with that said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.